to the world. I represented the kids that are going to come. This is who I am. When I speak to Bochrim, or preparing to get married or going out, and they don't have an inkling of what this is all about. They talk about shtusim v'avolim. You know what shtusim v'avolim means? Everybody knows what that is?
No.
Hashem. We all know what that is.
Well,
So I asked him a point-blank question. I'd like you to respond to the following. Project that you will never get married. How does that reflect on you? What's your reaction to this thought? So I get all kinds of responses. But eventually we get down, if this is no, if there's any brains, it comes back, yeah, that would be a tragic thing. What's so tragic about it? You're okay now. You know what it means to get married? You know what responsibility you're taking on? You know how your budget is going to go tenfold? But then that would be tragic. In other words, this is something which is identify the value of human life. This is called kavona. Kavona cannot be grasped. It's not mislabish in any particular activity. It's called kavonas ha'etzem. This is what the etzem stands for. Going back to the unit we're discussing here in the Shomis. The Shomis are rooted in kavonas ha'atzmos. Everything is rooted in atzmos. Everything comes from atzmos. Nothing exists. Yes, shom motzor ishim amtzi kol nimtza. Amit is motzor nimtza kol nimtzoim. Otherwise, nothing could exist. But within that, there is that which is rooted in the, not in the koyach of atzmos, not in the ability of atzmos, but in the essence of atzmos. That's a completely different thing. In our illustrations, we have this instance of the host attending to the lunch, to the guest at his dinner. So he can give him the dinner, and the guest can enjoy the dinner. And that's it. In that respect, yes, this dinner came from my host, and I appreciate it. But now I'm eating dinner. I'm not talking to my host. There's an element, however, that remains unchanged. From the moment that he was invited until the moment he finishes the visit, it is just one unique element. And that doesn't change with time, with activity, whatever it is. Picture this, okay, he invites him and he takes him in his car and they're traveling together and then he walks him into the house and all that. That doesn't change from the moment that he invited him throughout the entire process. And throughout the process that he is serving him and that he is sitting with him and he is attending to all his needs and all, it's exactly the same thing. It's not his needs that he's attending to. It is his present that he is giving him. This is the pshat, and the shomis are rooted in atzmos. That they, because of their, in terms of their root, that does not change as they proceed through Seder Ishloshim. And in that respect, they are different than everything else in the world. Let us expand on this moshul of the host. Generally speaking, the way it should be and the way most of the time it is, the host is a respectable person, a highly respectable person. This is why it's so significant to be invited to him. This respectable person, again, generally speaking, will be one who can accommodate guests in a comfortable way. Not saying that one is dependent on the other, but that's the concept. So that the dinner that he serves is representative of the status of this person that invited him. So let us now focus in and visualize and understand the difference between the dinner as it represents the host and the significance of the presence of the host as it represents the host. So we're both representing the host, and uniquely. Because only this kind of host is able to serve this kind of a dinner. Yet, we all understand that there is a significant difference. There is that which is inseparable from the host, and that which is a representative of that. Neshamas are rooted in Atzmos, in Elokus, and so is the whole world, because only Elokus can create a world like that. But that is, so to speak, represents the ability of Elokus, whereas this represents Elokus itself. And thus, that does not change over time, over an expanse of movement downwards and expressing, so it doesn't change at all.
This that the meal is only it doesn't represent the host himself. It doesn't represent the essence of the host. Do we see that in the fact that the meal only exists in a context? Like that he's, it's some kind of expression that he's filling the guest's needs, but it doesn't exist without a context.
Just like we said before, children have to be fed, but you don't have children in order to have children to feed. And children are not born to eat. Habl animals, yes, that's what their job is.
So we say that being a host is like an essential part of the human being. Like even before there is such an opportunity, it represents the.
Well, you could say that. And this is broadening our discussion.
Okay.
Like everything else, we can branch off. But to answer your question directly, this is the significance of a name. Spoke about this many times.
So the rest of the world would not. The rest of the world only comes into being. The rest of the world was not initiated. It only comes into being when there's a siyah. Then therefore, all these things have to fit into a siyah to be able to support the Yidden and the Torah, basically.
You invite a guest. The Gemara says, "Legima mekareves." Legima shemekareves. Legima means to bring and to eat together. A meal is mekarev people to one to the other. So when you invite a guest and you're going to serve a meal, the meal itself represents your closeness to him rather than the fact that he has to eat. This is why we say, if you serve him the meal and then leave, couldn't be a greater insult. So pulling the rug from under his feet. But on the other hand, if you invite him and don't serve him a meal, something very, very essential is missing. There's nothing connecting the two. This is what world is. Providing for the neshamis to do their effect, to reveal their effect. That's what we say, without neshamis, world is nothing. On the other hand, neshamis cannot express themselves without world. Okay, I think this is the principle we said that neshamis masimas that due to the mitzad the sheresh nafsham ba'avaya echod, even when they nimshach further into the world, masim is him. V'chein bichlolus, and similarly bichlolus overall, talking in terms of general idea of presence in world or before world, in general. Hare haneshames lo yizbatlu leyoilom. Neshames will not dissipate ever. Neshames are an eternal presence. V'yiyu gam lo osid, and they will persist even in the future time. There's no such thing as neshama dissipated. Again, because it represents a fundamental truth of Elokus. That cannot dissipate. Sharei ba'olam esomer Razal, since that regarding world, the Chazal say, Shit alf eshnin havayolma v'chad churun, that the world is going to stand 6,000 years, and then v'chad churun, then it's going to be 1,000 churun, where it's going to be nothing. Choruf. She'akel yizbate leosid, which means that everything will be in this battle will dissipate in the future. Gam b'madreges elyonis, even in the upper madreges. Ukmei shekosim, as the pasuk says, kasher hashomayim achadoshim b'oretz achadoshim, like the new heaven, a new earth. Asher ani yesa. There's going to be a new heaven and new earth. There's going to be a new creation. Aber Neshames hier kayom le'olam. But Neshames will persist forever, and they will participate in the new Shemaim and the new Earth. This is it for this morning. Have a great day.
New Shemayim.
Huh? Yeah.
The new Shemayim. Lasid level.
Huh?
Lasid level.
What's it about? Stay tuned. Okay, now tonight, Mr. Hashem, tonight, the shir tonight is going to be similar to